Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a filler episode. So I'll show you guys what I have in my gym bag. Actually, I have two gym bags. There's one gym bag here where I keep the essentials. So it's a lot lighter. I like to carry it around every session. And then there's another bag here, pretty big bag, super complete, also super heavy. So I rarely get to bring it around. I don't think I've been using it the past 3 months, but just in case you're curious, I might as well show you guys what's inside that bag too. All right, so we're gonna go through I think we're gonna go through the big one first. As you can see, it's pretty heavy. It's huge. Yeah, it's pretty big. What's inside? So the first things we have here, we have these knockoff prime handles, which I used to use quite a lot, but again, it does get a little bit heavy, so I haven't been bringing it around as often. I think if you have the normal handles and you have straps, that should be more than enough. You probably don't need to bring this around every session. And then we have this one, which is also a prime knockoff. This one is the medium hanger, but this one is like super versatile. I actually like using this for lat pulls, but you can also use this for triceps, for biceps, just to line up the weight better. Moving on. So obviously those two I can't really bring around just because they're so heavy. Well, they're not that heavy, but it's just a little bit more inconvenient to bring them around every session. So if I were to bring something around that would be super versatile but doesn't take up a lot of space, doesn't weigh too much, these are called daisy chains. You can also find them as yoga straps or rock climbing straps. Here you go. So they look like this. A lot of loops there, a lot of places to hook your carabiners. I also have some heavy duty carabiners to connect to the daisy chains, but also for the attachments from a while ago, as well as these cuffs. So these are just some cheap ass generic straps from, I think, from Lazada. Same with the daisy chains, also from Lazada. Come pretty cheap. I like using these daisy chains with cuffs, but these are also super useful just for attaching bands to machines. So sometimes you want to band a machine, but the bands could be too long or too short, or you're not getting the right amount of tension, either loaded or offloaded. Using these daisy chains just to hook them up a little bit better, it just gives you a lot more control over the tension you get out of a resistance band. So that's pretty cool, and it's super light, super easy to bring around. I just don't really like bringing it around right now. It's not in my program at the moment, but if I did have it in the program, I'd bring it around in the essentials bag over there. Next, what else is there? Next is we have some loop straps here. These aren't straps for lifting, they're more for connecting things. So I like using these for, let's say, pulling machines with fixed straight handles. I'll loop it around like that, so you can see how that connects. And then you'll use a carabiner, hook up a handle. So now it's not a fixed handle anymore when you're pulling. You can get a bit more flexibility with how the pulling movement goes. These are also super light. You can also use these to, like the daisy chains, attach to bands, but obviously you don't get as much versatility. Okay, so there's nothing left in the main pocket. Move on to the sides here. Here we have some heels, some lifting shoes. So I'm not using these now. I'm just kind of lazy to bring them around every session, or at least every squat session. I think I'm comfortable enough at the moment just using flat shoes. I do get enough knee flexion on my squats and on my leg presses even without these, but eventually, again, if the program calls for it, I might bring these around too. Pretty nice though. Just to move on to the front-ish, smaller pockets, nothing here either. Over here, oh, that's important, yeah. We got deodorant, got perfume. So you guys make sure you don't smell in the gym. I know some people do, but yeah, just bring those around just in case. I have one in this bag. I don't have one in the other bag because it usually don't need to. because the gym is so close to the house. I usually take a shower before and take a shower after, and I do bring extra clothes, so it doesn't usually matter so much. But if you smell bad, make sure you have your deodorant in your gym bag. Yeah, so that was it for the big bag. We're gonna move on to the essentials here. It's a lady with 3 titties on her face. So this is my usual daily gym bag that I'm bringing around. I don't think anyone's gonna steal it, and if anyone does try to steal it, I'm pretty sure someone's gonna notice. So please don't steal my bag. It's pretty sick though. Alright, so the first thing here would be a belt. This is the Oni quick release prong. So I really love this belt. I've been using this since I think maybe 2019. It wasn't cheap. It's the double prong and it's easy to remove. I mean, it's not that easy, but it's much easier than a regular prong belt. And it's super stable, and I like it because, one, my experience with lever belts, I feel like they break faster. I've had a few where either the screws came loose or I actually broke off the lever. Not during the set, more like when I threw it on the floor, and yeah. So I feel like this is much more durable just because there's less parts involved. And I also just prefer the prong belts over the lever belts because now I don't really have to adjust the lever every few weeks or every few months, which does become a problem, especially if you're bodybuilding or if you're aggressively bulking or aggressively cutting. The ability to change the settings like whenever you want, and even for different exercises, because sometimes I feel like, just say for my squats, it might have to be a little bit tighter than my deadlifts, or they're just on different parts of my stomach. So yeah, prong belt, Oni quick release double prong belt. There we go. That's the first of the essentials, other than the bag itself. Next up, we have our straps. Super important. I wouldn't go into a session with pull exercises or deadlifts without straps. And actually, I have another strap here. Just one fucking strap. I lost the other one, so I had to buy these two. They're definitely staying in the essentials bag. Next up, we have a tripod. Ulanzi tripod, super compact, stretches until here. You can also use it as a selfie stick. Probably haven't used it for that yet. It opens up like this if you're gonna turn it into a tripod, and it has the nice little joint so you can move your phone or your camera around. I also bring this around with this thing, or at least I used to. This is for the phone, so that's important, especially if you're filming sets. But I haven't really been using that as often because I did just get a new case for my phone, which is super sick. This is a small rig case. What's nice is that you can actually connect some of the camera accessories on it. So I can stick some lights, a microphone. I still haven't figured that out. I don't really need it. I just go with the camera. But what's cool is you do have the holes here for a tripod. Is it working? Yep. All right, so that works. See? Phone's not falling over. So now I can film my sets super conveniently. It just kind of takes a while to unscrew the whole thing. Last thing in this bag, probably the most important one. Actually, it's not that important. I could be using my phone, but I do have my notebook here, which I use to log my sessions, exercises for the day, and the sets, the reps. Sometimes I'll leave some comments here, like if I enjoyed the session, if I thought it was a good session, or if it just felt like shit. But yeah, I've been doing this whole logbooking thing for a while. This might be like my 10th notebook already. I like using this physical notebook much more than my phone, because when I do use my phone, I sometimes get distracted. I also find it easier to go through my previous numbers when I'm, just flipping through the pages. And I just feel like it's easier to write things down than to have to type it on my phone every set. So that's really all I have in this essentials bag. There's really not much. Again, that was just a notebook, straps, belt, and a tripod. Yun lang, I just did that just in case you guys were curious. So that's it. I'm gonna have to clean the rest of this up. If you like useless content like this, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.